LaxFactor podcast. What's up, college lacrosse fans? You are watching another episode of the LaxFactor podcast. I am your host, Ted Hoost. Today, we are going to talk about the big news that hit the other day. Joey Spellina, five-star attackman out of Mount Sinai, number one recruit in the 2022 class by Inside Lacrosse, has chosen Syracuse as his destination for college. He is also stated that he will be wearing the number 22 while at Syracuse, so Scanlon will vacate that number. Enter Joey Spellina, and he'll be taking that on. To get a little deeper into this whole thing and why this is such a big deal for Syracuse fans, a lot of you Syracuse fans have been calling for the head of John Desko for a while. Needed to be fired. Recruiting's hit the tank. We're never going to win again. I've never been on the fire John Desko camp because they have done amazingly well over the last 10 years during the regular season. They're one of the most dominant teams in college lacrosse during the regular season. Over the last six to 10 years, say, they've been the number one seed in the tournament once, the number two seed in the tournament. They've had a number of 3-4 seeds. Syracuse's problem has not been that they're not winning and that they're not like ripping through the regular season and still getting huge wins against big teams. They've been owning Duke, who's the team of the last decade, and Syracuse has owned them the last 3 years. Syracuse's problems have come in the playoffs. They're making the playoffs. They're getting high seeds in the playoffs, and they're just losing their first or second round games. They're not advancing as they normally would to keep the Cuse faithful happy, making it to Final Fours. So enter Chase Scanlon. In a year where Syracuse's recruiting was looking terrible, Chase Scanlon comes in and decides, hey, I'm transferring from Loyola after my freshman All-American year, and I'm going to wear the deuce. That saved that recruiting class, and in 2020, it looked like Syracuse was on pace to get a high seed again, and hopefully, maybe this was the year. 2020 would have been the year they could have advanced a little more. We're never going to know now. But coming into this season, and the only thing I've ever been critical of the Syracuse coaching staff over the last 10 years of has been the recruiting hasn't been up to par. It's not what we're used to. We're used to every year having that one new guy, or every 2 years having that new guy that's going to come in and be a big cat. And we've had some guys that have come in and have panned out big time. I think of Trimboli, started as a freshman. I was pumped about him as a freshman, did big things as a freshman, and did through his whole career. We're talking about the other midfielders, Dordovic, Curry. The attack, I love Solomon. Rafis has kind of struggled, but he's been solid. I mean, we've had a really good core, and we've had a lot of guys that have developed into incredible players, All-American caliber players. They haven't been getting just those guaranteed, this guy's going to be a 4-time All-American, a Joey Epstein, if you will. And it would have been nice if we would have landed Chase Scanlon as a freshman instead of having him go to Loyola first and then transfer in after. Either way, even going into this season, everyone's kind of looking like, ooh, we got these weird recruiting rules. Coaches can't talk to players. We don't know what's going to happen. Well, Spallina, I believe it was Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is right now. Tuesday, Spellina announced that I guess a lot of people already knew it. Spellina's been, anyone who knows Spellina says that he has been talking about going to Syracuse and wearing the deuce since he was a kid. But he did announce 5-star attackman out of Mount Sinai, Joey Spellina, the number one player in his class, has announced he is going to be rocking Syracuse, been sticking BTBs since he was 2. He'll be rocking the number 22 as well, as he noted, and I think that pretty much means Scanlon vacates the number, Spellina takes it over. The kid's a total game changer. If you watch his highlight tape, he's strong. He's got a good center of gravity, but not small. He dodges like a big guy, even though he's still quick, fleet of foot. His stick skills are off the charts. Lyle Thompson level sticks. I mean, the dude just sticks behind the backs, underhand behind the backs, backhands, you name it. You put him out front of the cage with any angle, he's going to be able to get shots off. Kid's been dreaming about playing at Syracuse since he was young, and that's why I like guys like Trimboli. I've talked to Trimboli's dad a lot. I talked to Trimboli, and that was one of the things Trimboli's dad had said. He got a lot of attention from other schools. In Trimboli's case, the only place he wanted to play was Syracuse. That's where he ends up, and I like it when you get guys that this is their dream and they're living their dream, because those guys are going to work hard. It proved to be true in Trimboli's case. I think it's going to prove to be true in Spellina's case as well. What more can you say? The kid should be as close to a guaranteed real deal success as you're going to get. He is that good. He's been that good for a long time. This kid, you pop him in his club team, and he's the youngest kid on the club team, still ripping shit up like crazy. So a lot of reason to be excited about this Joey Spallina announcement. But that's not all. We also have Carter Kempney, 5-star mid out of Carthage, who's a big pickup, can do everything, has a cannon, can dodge, especially as a downhill dodger, plays well between the boxes, can play defense, and even if he doesn't earn time on the field as a rookie, the fact that he's such an athlete that he's good in transition, he probably would find time at the defensive midfield. But I think this is one of those kids that, like a Trimboli, he's getting time most likely offensively as a freshman. 5-star mid. I've seen a couple of people compare him to like a Costabile type player. I'm not sure he has that size, maybe a Dox Aitken. Either way, insane pickup. The kid's great. Another 2020 player out of Carthage. And obviously Carthage is a famous in Cuse lore because we got the Powells from Carthage. Carthage is famous in Salisbury State lore, or Salisbury lore now, because of Kaufman. Kaufman was also from Carthage. He was a little older than Casey Powell, I think, or maybe he was about the same age as Casey Powell. I can't remember, but Kempney, a huge pickup. And then we get a 4-star goalie out of the New Hampton school, 2022 kid, Jimmy McCool. Now, that is one of the McCoolest names, I think, in the lacrosse world here at this point. It isn't like a Rambo cool. But Jimmy McCool, or like a Xander, like, who was it? Xander Dix or whatever his name was. I can't even remember what his name was now. But Jimmy McCool, 4-star goalie out of the New Hampton school, has all the intangibles, big kid, smart, good hands from all accounts I've heard, is capable of hopping in cage and changing a game. So that's a good pickup also. And then we got this Vinny, I don't even know how to pronounce the kid's last name, Trulio, whatever this kid's name is, Vinny, 4-star, short stick D mid. And actually, I believe, let me see here. I got a quote, I think, from Ty Zanders. Yeah, Ty Zanders says of this Vinny kid, 4-star short stick D mid out of St. John's College High School, another 2022 kid. Zanders says he's likely the best pure D midi in the class right now. Trulio, or whatever, however we pronounce that, is a gritty playmaker who constantly provides a spark. So that's another big one. We got Zach Mercado. The list goes on in terms of who Syracuse is bringing in to Rock Campus that 2023 season. All these 2022s were huge. So the arms race has begun. I believe I just saw that UVA landed the number 3 kid in the 2022 class. I'm sure Duke's going to land 2 of the top 10. So the arms race is on. It's real. It seems that the ACC are just nabbing up these players left and right. We're not seeing the Big Ten grab the guys that they were. Another rumor here is that Petro's kid, what's his name? Is his name Dom Petro? Can't picture it either. And I just call him Petro. I don't call him Petramala because that's not their name to me. But what I've heard rumblings that Petro's kid may even end up at Syracuse, which would be ridiculous if he did. Apparently he was all in, and I don't know any of this. I'm just going by what people are telling me in Facebook chats. Apparently he was all in for Hopkins, obviously, until his father was let go. And now he's opened up his options, and apparently Syracuse is on the radar. Some were even thinking he might announce it as early as like yesterday or today. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any truth to that, because I believe if he's not he might be the number 2 kid in that class. Either way, he's another highly ranked, highly rated kid in that class. I think he was a top 10. So if Syracuse lands him, they land Spellina, they land the Kempney kid. I mean, that's three guys that should be contributing as freshmen right off the bat, on top of the guys you already have filling in behind them. So good news for Syracuse as a whole. And I hope it's all true. I hope that we do land Petro's kid also. And, we have reason to be excited for this upcoming season. We have reason to be excited in the following 2022 season. So we are looking ahead here at these classes. And a lot of Maryland fans, Lemp, will complain. And they're going to say that us Syracuse fans, count our chickens before they hatch, blah, blah, blah. We are the ones with 11 national championships, and we will get back there. And no, in my case here, I'm not getting overexcited about, I'm excited about this class. I'm not getting overexcited about this class. I'm going to, now that we got this all out of the way and talked about this, I'm moving right on to what's going to happen in 2020. So for the next episode, I've already got it written. We're going to start ripping through the ACC teams first, and we'll start with the highest rated, at least in terms of my preseason ranking. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to preseason rank the ACC by ranking them in order of the ACC, how I think they'll finish, and then popping them where I think they'll end up in the top 20 to start the season. We're going to start, though, with Duke. So the next episode that we're going to put out here for next week, you Cuse fans aren't going to like it. It's called Duke, Built to Demolish the Lacrosse Landscape in 2021. So that will be next week's episode, and I'm back. Sorry, we had a little hiatus there, and there was just nothing to talk about. So I decided to not hop on here and do it for a little while. But now, hey, we're getting the season back in. I see my buddy Tanner's been ripping through and doing team profiles and write-ups for every, he's working on getting through every single team in Division I. So I will follow suit. We're going to start with previewing the ACC, one team at a time. Then we'll do a whole ranking episode where we'll rank all the teams in the ACC, pop them where we think they should be in the top 20, and we'll go from there. So to everyone, as always, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video and all that good stuff. If you want to listen to just the audio version, you can get it anywhere where podcasts are listened to. We'll actually work to make sure we're on Amazon now that they have podcasts. So you can go anywhere where you listen to podcasts, but the home of the podcast is anchor.fm/LaxFactor. And as always, you can get swag, hats, t-shirts, whatever, by going to LaxFactor.com. As always, thank you for listening. And I promise we will be back next week with the Duke Built to Demolish the Lacrosse Landscape episode next week. Thank you, and Hoost is out.